Good morning, humanity. It's July 12th, 2021, and it's our favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Good morning, Bev, to you.
Hello. Hello, Paul.
These are so much fun. So, we had a heck of a good time preparing for this show. We're going to talk about how do you find other points? Are there other points here? Because
Oh my goodness.
I know there's only a certain number of points in there that are area specific.
Yes.
And the reason this little show is going to happen is we had a request for somebody who had what was called CRPS, and that could we help with that? And it just reminded me of that little old lady once in Colorado that came in and said, Paul, I have peripheral neuropathy. Can you help? And I was just beginning, and I'm like, no, I can't. But can you tell me where it hurts?
I
And he
love
said,
it.
oh yeah, my feet, the bottom of my feet feel like I'm walking on cardboard. Oh well, we can help that.
And help. Isn't that wonderful?
And it's sort of the same thing with this diagnosis. It is a CRPS, which I looked it up as complex regional pain syndrome. And whether it's peripheral neuropathy or CRPS, basically, we just asked this lady, where does it hurt? Well, it turns out it hurts in her ankle, and they think it happened after an operation. And actually, I think a lot of these happen from operations or
Hmm.
something with the nerve or anyhow. They
Oh,
don't really know what's wrong with it, or how they get it, and they try these things to correct it. And the wonderful thing about it is one of our main instructors, Eileen, had the same diagnosis and was in a wheelchair. So they're communicating, and
that's great. I know. It was a great conversation.
yeah. And so we want to share with you these situations in BioTouch where you have a problem and you don't know how you got it. The medical system has tried everything they can, which is usually when we see people. They've done the medical stream and nothing's helping, and so now I think you get stuck in this loop too, this stress loop.
Caught in the system.
Yeah, and now you don't know what it is, but you have the pain. They can't help, and so now you're in this huge stress loop, and then the pain gets worse because you're in more stress, and
Gosh.
and then more
Oh,
unknowingness, and then the things they want to do to help it, whether it's an operation or take more meds. So we want to sort of share with this, and we want to sort of help us understand how to wake up to the subtleties of biotouch. And that story you shared with me about somebody you're working with up there in Oregon, why don't you share that and we'll
yeah.
build on
And,
that a little?
and you know what? I just want to say that the one of the most unique parts about BioTouch is the fact that um, we know that the body knows what to do. It's we've always said that, and so with something like well, not something like BioTouch, BioTouch doesn't care about all that stuff. It got like you say, where does it hurt? This is why it's so important for humanity because everybody can go where it hurts. They don't need to know all that lingo in the medical field. They don't need to know where the liver is. Just where does it hurt? So, as we're always talking about, the BioTouch really encourages self awareness. That's one of the. It's like the development of this. It rises into the consciousness, and that awareness happens on in all those parts of ourselves. The body feels better, but emotionally and mentally, things begin to change at the body's own rate. So yeah, I'm working with a lovely friend here, and she we've been doing BioTouch on a consistent basis. She at some point she was like, oh, I'm not so sure, but she did it anyway. And so yesterday she told me, uh-oh, something's really shifted for me. I I haven't never felt like this. I have energy that I've never have in the summertime. What is going on? Oh my gosh. And of course, I didn't say anything. She goes, well, it could be biotouch. And I'm like, could be,
Could be, could be.
could be. But she says, I've never had this in my life. And oh, by the way, my headaches are cut. Oh, did I have a headache? I don't remember. So, I mean, I was thrilled for her, although I kept my mouth shut. That's what we do because I really don't know either.
Right, right, exactly.
That's the beauty about this biotouch. Nobody has to be right. Nobody has to know anything. That's why we just say touch, just touch.
Right. That story reminds me of a family member I had, and she had just gotten in a auto accident, huge whiplash, enough to where when those nerves get stressed out, your whole sense system shuts down, and headaches, your taste buds get runt, can't hear, your eyesight's blurry, and she had this incredible headache at this party she was holding for the family. I said, well, let me just do some biotouch on you. So, we just went to the side and I did BioTouch, did a little neck and head, whatever I did. And when we're done, she goes, oh, wow, my headache's gone. She says, but maybe it was the wine I drank before we started. I was like, okay.
Okay, it's possible. It's possible.
That's right. That's right.
It's almost like when something like that so simply and just happens, it's almost like we cannot accept or handle that something that loving and light can shift anything for us. Or maybe it's because we say biotouch is love. Maybe there's this self-worthiness that goes, how am I able to receive something that wonderful? I mean, we're programmed so deeply, of living in suffering and pain, and we're victims and everything, that when something comes along that can make us feel so happy and so, cared for, that it's almost like, well, that can't be it.
Right.
No, that's too much for me to even contemplate.
So what we're asking all of you when you practice BioTouch is be aware of the subtleties, and question, like best friend, I don't know if it is or isn't. Well, at least you're questioning. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Like my mother, who was a vegetable, and they said if she lived, she'd be a vegetable for her life. 6 months later, she's walking on a beach in Hawaii. Can I prove that BioTouch was that? Well, no, but
Right.
that was the only thing different in her life,
See?
compared to the standard medical practice. So what's nice is we don't know for sure, but it doesn't
No.
matter if you're getting better. So on this particular situation with this woman with the ankle, what we want to make sure is that as her mother's going to work with her, just be
Love it.
aware of the subtleties. Even if it's a little bit of relief, go, oh, well, maybe, try it again. Well, maybe, and if you need to, you can always chart it, chart your pain levels. And because it always reminds me when you go to a doctor gives you pain medication. And they say, now, 4 hours later, take this again. So you take the pain medication, your pain goes away, and 4 hours later, what? Oh, yeah, I'm feeling that pain again. Oh, doctor told me take another pain medication.
Pop
I
another
take the
pill.
pain medication. But for some reason, with something, like BioTouch, which is simple, goes directly to the issue at hand, we don't think that. What we think when the pain comes back is, oh, that didn't work.
Right.
So what we're saying is build a little bit on the improvements that are happening. You know,
Well, we've said this many times. The body is an intelligent unit, and it knows what to do. And those symptoms of disease or pain is a communication to us that maybe we've made a wrong choice, or we're stressed out about this or that. but the body knows what to do with BioTouch. That's
Right.
all I know. And when we introduce BioTouch to the body, it is having a party.
And,
It may not be what you want, and it may not be in the time that you want. That's why we don't have any guarantees, diagnosis, or anything. All I know is that when I touch somebody and this is where it hurts, I don't have to worry or wonder or analyze anything. I have something that I can do.
right. And the nice thing, building on, not only does the body of the recipient know what to do with it, you as the practitioner will get points to do. And we want to build on that.
Yes.
That other points will come to you. I remember once somebody asked Norman, who was the founder of the technique, um, asked him one time, "Well, do you get more points?" And he goes, "Yes." And I always remember how I was very upset. It was sort of like an ego statement because people wanted to go around him as the guru. And he
Uh-huh.
didn't finish that statement because the statement is, yes, Norman did get other points, but so will you. The minute
Definitely.
you do that greeting with someone, other situations will come to you, other points will come to you. And as we always joke in the class, well, Bev, can I do this? And we always say, if you're thinking to ask Bev, just do it.
Right. If
Just do it.
yeah, the answer is yes.
Yes. Just do it because the nice thing is you can't hurt anybody. You're not
Right.
moving energy, you're not manipulating, you're not directing the forces, you're just touching. And so if a point comes to you of like, "Oh, I wonder if I could do this," then do it. It might come to you through intuition. You might have a knowledge base of the body. You might work on a CRPS that's in the knee or the leg or the ankle, and something might say, "Well, I wonder if I need to work on the liver." Do it. That
Right.
might be an issue with it. You don't know where the trigger for that problem is in the body. It could be anywhere. It could be your left earlobe. It could be the problem.
Talk about self-awareness in that relationship for for the practitioner as well.
Yes.
To trust and it's all wrapped up. Trust and faith and hope and possibilities. That's what we're offering each other when we practice BioTouch. It's wonderful.
So then our goal as a foundation is to help you trust yourself more, to help you. People always want to know, well, is there a practitioner in my area? It's the
Yeah,
hardest thing to get people. Yeah, there, right. Yeah, there is. You're it.
you. That's what I'm going to do here before I leave. I've got two. I'm going to.
Yes, I mean, and
Yep.
and that's another thing that's so hard in this society. We always got to have to go to somebody. Somebody else is going to fix us. Somebody else is going to take care of it. And I think
Right.
that's because we haven't been trained or uh, fed the belief system. You are everything you need. You and your circle of friends, you and your
Yeah.
family, you have everything you need there. And then
Right.
sometimes you have to step out of it. You have to go to the store to buy the food sometimes. You have to go to the doctor for the art of medicine. You have to, have a bone set or, there's all kinds of things. But as a unit, you can help one another to sort of break the stress cycle, help the pain level, and then find whatever else you need to do with one another. So BioTouch can be practiced immediately. And we're here to help you. So I'm going to work with this woman and her mother. If they can't figure it out from the manual, they're going to open the manual. There's links to the video. And so I told them I'd take a little minute here to show them how to work on a local problem, let's say in the ankle. And we're not
Perfect.
going to show the video, we're going to just talk about it here. And here's a little picture. And there you can see we're using the two fingers of each hand, the index and the middle finger. And this picture is really good too because it's actually working on an ankle. And so you can
Yeah.
see that there's two fingers on that ankle, and the other two fingers is in that sacrum area, the low
Right.
back. And they're just holding there for 6 to 8 seconds. So all what we teach is all the nerves from that low back and that sacrum area go down those legs. And so whether it's a knee problem, an ankle problem, a foot problem, a toe problem, a muscle problem in the thigh or the calves, you always start with those two fingers in that sacrum and then put the other two fingers where the pain directly is. And so in this situation, the ankle. Put two fingers there on the ankle. And then just take those two fingers and work all around the ankle, front to back, side to side. And you can do those slow, what we call slow and deliberate sweeps. Move your fingers across the affected area. Then stop again. And then start again. And you can do that anywhere, but we're sharing specifically with this ankle problem. But it can be done on a knee, a foot. It can also be done, let me just show here if we're doing an upper extremity. So in the arms, as you can see in this picture, your point in the area of the back is in the big bone area. And then you can work on anything down that arm. And so in this particular picture, you see they got two fingers on the wrist. But you could put two fingers on the elbow, on the fingers, and then bring both hands and work all around the pained area. That's a local problem. Just doing the greeting and local work, that's going to have a benefit. Then, of course, you can add things like metabolism to help it if it's an arthritic condition, or in this particular situation, a metabolism would help too, just to help the inflammation go away, because we don't know what it is. You might add the headset just for the stress of it all, or the stress set. So there's other things that will come to you to do. Yeah. Just let your fingers do the walking. Wasn't that
lovely?
So that's how simple it is to do, and we're always teaching it. We have our next workshop coming up for eating disorders with Amy Glog. She has a website, lightofyourlifewellness.com. That will be on the 22nd at 6 p.m. And our next virtual training, 8 CE credits for massage therapists, nurses, and doulas, that's Saturday, July 24th. And we hope that you can join us for that. That's always a fun little class to do. So, anything else you'd like to share about people letting themselves be loved?
Oh, please let yourself be loved. And I like what you said about, you're it. You've got everything that's why BioTouch is so powerful, because it's for all of us. But right where you are, you can be the practitioner. You can take this into your community. This is, that circle that just goes on indefinitely. Right. That's what we're trying to do here.
Right. That's it. That's the key. The circle that goes on indefinitely.
Yeah.
So we're glad that you're part of our circle, and we're glad to be part of your circle. And how does it go? Let the circle be unbroken. So instead of listening to our singing, we'll actually have Bev sing you. She's the professional singer sometimes. But we're going to let Horace's song remind us that we're angels from heaven as we're doing this BioTouch. And if you need help doing BioTouch, contact us, justtouch.com. Otherwise, we'll see you all next week. Bye, Bev.
Have a great week.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain, so it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain away.